do you tell yourself you're going to catch up on work over the weekend and then it just doesn't happen? And in fact, it's not that it just doesn't happen. It's that on Friday night you say, I'm going to do this tomorrow on Saturday. And then on Saturday you wake up and you say, I don't want to do this work. I'm going to do it on Sunday. And then on Sunday you say, I don't want to do this work. And then you're like, fine, I'll just do it next week. And what happened, right? You were worried all week or all weekend rather about the work, right? You needed to catch up. You wanted to catch up, but you didn't really want to catch up. You knew in your heart of hearts you weren't going to catch up. Um, it's not something that you wanted to do. And yet you're kind of telling yourself this lie that you're going to do it. And so then we have the worst of both worlds. This actually comes up with fair frequency when I get started working with people in my coaching program, Time Well Spent, and with my one-on-one coaching clients. They'll say, I intended to catch up over the weekend. And as a result, it was kind of the worst of both worlds, right? I didn't really enjoy my weekend because I spent all weekend worrying about the work that I had to do but didn't want to do. And then I didn't actually do the work. So looking back, I didn't enjoy the weekend, but I also didn't get anything out of it because I didn't actually do the work. Ugh, it's very, very frustrating. So the thing that I often suggest in this case is something that's a little bit of a mindset shift, but it's not going to change the outcome. It's just going to help you feel better about it. And I think that's what a lot of productivity is around mental trickery. And this is one of those things. And so one thing that I'll often suggest to my clients is that if they are in this cycle of telling themselves, I'm going to catch up on the weekend, and then not catching up on the weekend, but feeling all guilty about how they didn't catch up on the weekend, is to embrace the idea that the weekend is just off the table, right? The weekend is off the table for work unless there's some sort of an emergency that arises or whatever, but it's just not part of your plan. You're not planning to do this work on the weekend. And therefore, when you don't do it, that's fine because that's what you had planned to do. And so you might say, yeah, but the work really needs to get done. But you weren't doing it anyway, right? We're not actually changing the outcome with the work. We're just changing your ability to actually enjoy your weekend. So if you are falling into this trap, if you are falling in every weekend and saying, I didn't get the stuff done this week, so I'm going to do it on the weekend, and then you just keep procrastinating it all weekend, you're worrying about it, you're not doing it, but you're worrying about it. And then, come the end of Sunday night, you didn't do it anyways. If you are falling into that trap, how about trying next week, just an experiment? Just tell yourself, I'm not going to do this stuff on the weekend. Just be explicit about it, right? Prioritize your future self. Your future self, that weekend self, doesn't want to do that work. And that's why you're not doing it, right? Your weekend self doesn't want to do it. And so you're not doing it. So why not just accept that reality or give it a try? See if you're willing to accept that reality. And then yeah, the work will get done, but you'll be able to enjoy the weekend. So one of those things will at least be happening. Whereas before that, you weren't enjoying the weekend and you weren't getting the work done. So let me know what you think. Have you fallen into this trap before? Have you got a different strategy for getting out of it? Let me know in the comments.